cabin early on.
And here we go. We've got game number 1 of the Elite Classic final qualifier event, Salami versus Whitewater. Salami in the green, Whitewater in the red. Let's get into this one.
Here we go immediately, as I just called it, Salami going for those 2 separate hunting cabins. Is going to guarantee himself a lot of gold early on. Whitewater, in the meantime, it doesn't look like he's going to be too intent on denying that hunt. Instead, he's taking his time. He's luring in his own deer under his town center and making sure that he's got a great food economy as a starting setup in order to age up quickly. But that, on the other hand, might mean that Salami might be free to just collect a lot of that bounty here in this game. So definitely looks like it's not going to be an 80 bounty game here today for Salami.
And a nice detail you pointed out there at the beginning, I believe this is one of the few maps where starting out, you don't automatically have those 3 sheep like right there by your first TC. So you want to push one of those deer in if you're going to go run around trying to grab the other sheep or getting the other deer out on the map, like of course you want to do against the roost. And we see Whitewater moving out now.
And this is already great value here for Salami. He's getting roughly 80 gold per minute from these 2 hunting cabins. And that is without even the tier 1 bounty. So definitely a lot of value that he's getting here. Whitewater now also out on the map with his scouts. So now he's going to start also going to deny some of these huntables that are out on the map. But Salami, he went for 2 scouts. Whitewater, on the other hand, only a single scout. So isn't even going to be able to deny all of the hunts here. And yeah, this is looking like a great game here for Salami so far. With 2 scouts, he's going to be able to get most of the huntables out on the map. Now he's also got the tier 1 bounty. Upgrade, that means that these hunting cabins are only going to get better and better from here. So we got like base values of 40 and 36. I think once he reaches like tier 2, those might go up to like 50 gold per minute even, both of them. So yeah, now they're at the 44 and 40 gold each.
Yep, free passive gold for the rest of the match. It's always a good thing to have. This is also an interesting map as far as the deer patches go. You've got the small packs of deer are out on the map because most maps you just have the larger ones. In addition, of course, the wolves you see that Salami's getting right now.
Yeah, there is a lot of wolves towards the corners and towards the sides. The map overall, it's very condensed with its resource. So most of the resources are either towards the edges of the map, or towards the middle. Like we got this really large wood line towards the middle. But other than that, it also means that map control could get really important later on, depending on, like, for example, how you place your walls. For example, with these really big wood lines, walling early on can be really beneficial. And if you wall your opponent out of these large gold mines, gold can become a problem for a player really soon. Now we see Salami also aging up. Only 4 villagers on the Kremlin, meaning that Whitewater with his early economy wing should be aging up quite a bit sooner here than Salami.
And yeah, the economic wing for the Abbasid, so likely going to see some multiple town center play. Not very shocking. Of course, there's those fresh foodstuffs available in the town center these days, as well as you can get those cheaper economic buildings once you're aged up. And Salami's Kremlin placement going to secure his gold and stone for the foreseeable future. So both players getting themselves staged here as we move into the feudal age.
I'm surprised that Salami has yet to grab Wheelbarrow. He certainly does have the resource with these extra hunting cabins. He should easily be able to afford Wheelbarrow. Only just now he's clicking it. This is the cast curse. I just called it out, and right now Salami clicked the Wheelbarrow. So yeah, okay, Salami just now clicking Wheelbarrow means he's going to get it a little bit later than he probably could have afforded it. He probably could have gotten it, like, probably could have been researched right now. Instead, clicking it now means that there's going to be a little bit delay. Also interesting, Whitewater not going for an early Wheelbarrow. So Basset, they tend to like to also go for an early Wheelbarrow, but doesn't even look like he's got his mill out yet. Looks to instead prioritize getting that second TC up and running first, yeah.
Yep, looks like he's prioritizing that TC. I guess the question always being how many TCs we might see here. At least 2, could be 3. What do you think? You think we'll stop at 2?
I don't think he should stop at 2. I mean, the sky's the limit. We've seen players like Snooper, for example, experimenting with the how he liked to call it, will it work, with the V at the start kind of strategy, where he only goes for like mass town centers and villagers. Could definitely be an option to just spam out town centers all game, but I think probably the ideal number for him would be 3 to 4 town centers. Is probably the ideal number that you can go for. Just because there's not going to be a ton of early aggression going on there on this map, just because of this like really insane distance that both players have to each other.
And we do have a stable from Whitewater right away, although it's going to be hard for him to raid a whole lot. Maybe he could get over to the wood line, or perhaps be looking for the villager that he probably suspects is out there building those hunting cabins. And we do see he picked up his fresh foodstuffs right away. No wheelbarrow, but he does have his fresh foodstuffs, so he has those cheaper villagers. And yeah, I think that would be the target for the horsemen. Is that a scout wrapping around just to the north? I think just try to see. I'm assuming that's what he's going to try to do, because that Kremlin on the other side is going to.
There's also militia out on the field right now for Salami, so he did call in the Levi militia. But with a map size like this, I think they're going around the bottom right now. Yeah, there they are. With a map size like this, once they arrive, they probably only have like 30 seconds left to really get any value, and they're going around the wrong side, so they're not going to be able to pressure the stone early on. It's more around the gold, but Whitewater doesn't have any more villagers on gold right now. I don't think these two militias are really going to be able to achieve a whole lot in Whitewater. He's getting his second TC up now, 6 minute 20, and also has a stable out, so now he's also producing military.
High Trade House has Salami, so he's heading straight to the Castle Age. I was just telling Crackedyhere before this, I've been scarred by playing mountain clearing and having Kremlins dropped in the middle right in front of my base, and these guys coming out and hitting you feels like every few seconds.
All right, so this is a pretty decent high trade house here from Salami. So he didn't completely like chop through the wood line in order to place it completely surrounded by trees. Instead, what he did was he just chopped a couple of trees just in order to place it a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be having a lot of gold income as soon as he ages up.
And here
Question is, will he be able to capitalize on that gold? Yeah, a couple more Levi militia here, but we look at them. They only have like 10 more seconds to live anyways. There they go. Just arrived and immediately expire. It's really not something that you can make a whole lot of use of on this map.
There we go. The High Trade House is done. 313 passive gold per minute. So keep an eye at the top of the screen. You can see the gold per minute there. And Salami doing pretty good considering he doesn't have any villagers actually mining gold.
Yeah, now he's going to go for multiple TCs himself as well. So he knows that now he's going to have a whole lot of gold income, which means the only resource left for him to get are going to be wood and food. So this is where multiple TCs come in. This is a really popular strategy. I've seen Kaup do this a whole bunch of times on this map. Usually he's a little bit more aggressive with chopping through the wood lines just in order to get that high trade house really nice and nestled in, and just maximize the gold income that he can get out of that high trade house. But this is still a really good high trade house, and now we see Whitewater just gonna pull a couple of villagers to wall the sides here. This is also really important on this map to get some walls up on those sides, especially when you are at attack disadvantage. It's really handy to just get some palisades up in order to delay anything, like any aggression going on. But yeah, as you said, he's gonna be blocking that wall off there.
And it doesn't seem much, but like those free units he's sending there, right? Those are causing villager idle time, which it's small, but it adds up at high level gameplay like this. So Salami continues to send those two gremlins over. They die, but they force just 9 times however many seconds. It adds up.
Yeah, I mean they're not completely free. They do cost 40 food, like 40 food for every time you call them. But, I mean, it's still value. Like, every time you idle them for, like, 2-3 seconds, like, you get, like, idle time on, like, 10 villagers for 2-3 seconds. It's already worth it.
And he was able to complete his wall, and is going to start going for this berries now, as the Absid always do. Still hanging out in the second age for now. It looks like Salami's going to actually be walling on the other side, as you mentioned he's also working on his own town center boom.
And he's getting the relics behind this, and this wall, it's so far forward, which means that Whitewater is going to be really struggling here for resource. We can see that if these walls go up, he only has access to a single large gold mine here, and that is the only gold mine that he has going to have access to besides his starter gold. So in total, he's going to have like 12k gold access. I mean, sure, there's like more gold outside of his wall, but right now, if Salami sends villagers and just walls right behind his wall, this could get really ugly for him.
This is such an interesting to me, kind of style to play Roos, particularly on this map, because you're so used to a lot of times you've got super aggressive Rus, particularly in Age 2 or mid-map Kremlin and a lot of these open maps or whatever. But here's a situation where he rushed the third age as an economic option. He did that to get that high trade house. He's dropping town centers in the castle age. Not your typical strategy you see for a lot of our town center booms. And against an opponent like Abbasid, where you scout that they're getting their TCs and know they're probably kind of chilling in their base. So kind of fun to see. And Salami is able to get that wall off.
Yeah, now he's going to see that Salami has that wall already completed, already making production buildings behind that wall, but push is now going to be coming in here from Whitewater. He does have a couple of spearmen there. Salami trying to be cheeky here with that warrior monk, trying to get that relic that's firmly in the corner of Whitewater, but he might actually be able to get it as well.
Not only that, it bought his wall some time, as it looked like maybe Whitewater was just going to burn through it, and Salami's actually setting up forward military production right behind that wall.
Yeah, so Salami is going to get ready here to push. We see economically that right now, Salami, he has got a ton of gold income. Just passively. I don't think he even has a single villager on gold right now, and he's at like 550 gold per minute just passively. When it comes to the other resources, though, food, etc., it looks like Whitewater is being very competitive here when it comes to the overall income. Now, sure, Salami's going to have a ton of gold, but let's not forget that gold doesn't translate perfectly into other resources. Because if you want to like get units out, usually they cost more food than they cost gold, or more of another resource than they cost gold. For example, mangonels, they cost 400 wood and only 200 gold. So it's going to be rough for him to translate all of this extra gold into units out on the field.
I think Salami's about to get very aggressive as we see all of this forward military production. On one side there, it looks like he's chosen that north side, maybe going to mine out that stone and creep towards his gold or berries or something like that. Why do you think he chose that side to attack from?
I'm not sure. I mean, there are a good couple of resources there. He's got the stone mine right next to it, so if he has his villagers forward, could gather some stone afterwards and prepare for a keep drop. That's always nice. If we look on the other side, there wasn't quite a stone mine that's like quite nicely positioned there. Overall, it's a really good spot because it's also next to the gold mine that Whitewater would most likely be going to after depleting his first gold mine.
Yeah, it kind of seems like if he can cut off that large gold vein, I don't know if he's thinking that far ahead, but it certainly would be a death blow as that southern gold vein runs out, assuming he's able to secure the south one as well. But for now, we got man-at-arms burning down the gates of Whitewater's palisade wall and a forward siege workshop. He's putting that outside of the walls. That's super aggressive.
Yeah, Salami, he knows that he's gonna need to do pressure really, really soon here. There's an economy difference of like 25 villagers right now in favor of Whitewater just because of these early town centers that he went for. And Salami knows that he's on a timer right now. Sure, he's got a lot of gold passively. He's got like 20 villagers worth of gold income just passively right now. But this is only going to work for so long, right? Because at a certain point, villagers are just going to be more efficient here, especially once you get like economy upgrades and stuff like that. But now Salami, he's got a really, really good army here, really good army composition as well. And he's going to be getting some villagers kills here most likely.
And those villagers, what are they up to? Dropping a tower.
Wooden Fortress going to be going up, yep.
Yeah, because he's going to have to start making a transition to probably farms here in the very near future. I mean, there's still some deer. He's still got the berries down the south side. But there we go. Looks like Whitewater's going to take this engagement. He took the military wing as he went up to the castle age, pushing in with some crossbows on the back line, dealing some damage versus those man-at-arms. We have a mangonel coming out, hitting a lot of damage on those unarmored units, and the tower completing at the same time.
Yeah, this might not be a position that Whitewater can contest right now. Actually, it's looking really good for him, though. The crossbowmen are doing work, and Salami isn't focusing the crossbows with his mangonel right now. Actually, the mangonel is going to have to retreat because the cavalry might be able to take it down. And Whitewater, he's playing as the Abbasid, so even if the wooden fortress is able to complete, he's just going to be able to pump out a single ram and take that down.
Yeah, but still, it looks like Whitewater has fallen back. Maybe a little bit of a stalemate, but of course the crossbows countering a lot of Salami's man-at-arms he had there. Salami adding even more forward production. And it also looks like he's upgrading his spearmen, so maybe we'll see a little bit of a spearman spam here to protect his siege that he's now working on producing.
Yeah, it looks like he's shifted his economy around. Now he's got a lot of food income right now, a lot more than Whitewater has. Whitewater looks to have a lot of wood income right now, might be looking for a mangonel or a springled of his own. I think a single springled would really do him well here. And now Salami, his food economy is looking really, really good. He went out to a boar in the corner, could potentially look towards getting the boar on the other corner. Oh my god, that knight.
How many did he get?
I don't think
5.
that must have been like 5 villagers
Yeah.
there. Yeah, 5 villagers we see in the bottom corner there. 5 villager kills so far here for Salami.
I think he kind of forgot about those villagers as he was busy microing that engagement we saw, most likely. But yes, that last villager gonna hide in that tower, but not for very long. Salami does have a Springald in place, probably anticipating that Whitewater is gonna be trying to counter his mangonel now. As you do see, Whitewater does have a Springald of his own, and Salami adding some forward walls. This is a very Delhi-like play.
Yeah, we can really tell that Salami wants to starve his opponent out of resource here. He knows that that gold mine is going to be the next gold mine that Whitewater would want to have access to. And just this wall here, it means so much for him. It means that it's going to be really, really tough for Whitewater to just path around it.
Okay, we see Salami just setting up for the siege, slowly creeping towards his opponent's base. He's captured that northern gold vein, but the south looks like it's up for grabs. Actually, Whitewater is heading down there right now, I see on the mini-map, for that southern gold vein. So I kind of wonder if Salami will peek and take a look at that here soon. Yeah, there he is.
That's a lot of villagers on gold.
Okay, and we've got, yep, it's the Spring Gold Warfare. Salami realizes he's not going to be able to take that. He falls back, but the Spearmen trying to get the front line, but they're kind of getting melted right now. Whitewater's able to kind of win that front part of this engagement, trying to get up now on those archers and crossbows as the siege micros back, but Whitewater gets snipe on that mangonel, and this is looking like an okay engagement for Whitewater.
Yeah, we're looking at the military numbers right now. It's 40 military compared to 10, and Whitewater took a really, really good engagement here, and also really crucial timing. But right now, he doesn't have the military that he would need in order to take down this fort production. He doesn't have a single ram, doesn't have the resource in order to make a ram. Right now, he's just making a lot of archers, and I feel like instead of making those archers, maybe just a single ram, but now he's also gaining a keep up forward. And this keep means that this forward aggression here from Salami might not be around there for much longer, because all of his production is forward. If these production buildings go down, it's going to be really, really tough for Salami to just remass all of these production buildings.
Yeah, it's always the risk with forward production Age of Empires 4 is if you lose your position for even a moment, all of that production is gone because they're going to instantly die. Salami did make an investment into that trebuchet right before that engagement. I almost wondered if another mangonel or something else could have helped more, as that trebuchet wasn't able to do a whole lot. Although there is a keep coming up right now, which that trebuchet can start working away at, but we see Whitewater building a ram and just starting to push.
Yeah, I mean, a single trebuchet, the individual trebuchet got nerfed in the recent patch, so it doesn't do as much damage anymore. It did get a cost buff, though, so it costs a little bit less, but obviously if it's doing a lot less damage, like 3-4 villagers are going to be able to completely out-repair that. It's not going to be a big problem here for Whitewater to keep that up. And he's just massing more and more units right now. I feel like Salami, he might actually be thinking of going up right now, just the way that he macros his resource right now. Actually, never mind. He's just investing more into economy upgrades just now, so might not be thinking about an immediate Imperial Age kind of play here right now.
Whitewater's got plus 2k gold in the bank right now. His ram did go down. Springalds do, in fact, counter the rams. Sometimes I see people forget to shoot at them, but rams are a lot more potent than they used to be, so we see a lot more of them on the battlefield.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Whitewater, he really needs to get that gate down right there and take an engagement on Salami while the military numbers are still in his favor. Whitewater, he does have the military wing, and yeah, with the military wing, that means that his archers are also going to be really fast when it comes to attacking. They get like 33 or 30% faster.
It's stuck. It can't get away. Springald snipes him down as he continues to retreat.
And now Whitewater is going to be pushing in. There's not a single mangonel right now out on the field for Salami. He does have one in queue. Might actually have 2 in the queue right now. You never know with the siege. Sometimes it says that there's 2 when there's actually only just 1. Whitewater is pushing forward here. He's got both crossbows and archers here right now. with the Abbasid archers, and the infantry from the Abbasid is buffed as well. They have a lot more HP than your average infantry. So they're going to be able to take this fight here really, really well. Now the front line from Salami is going to be gone. Means that he's just going to be free to fire on the archers right now.
Yep, and right now we've got more barracks being dropped. 2 mangonels just came out, and this is a mostly archer mass here. So if those mangonels can get in position, the hard thing is this wood choke line. It's kind of making it hard for those mangonels to get in position. As you see, that second one didn't get to fire. That would have been an excellent shot.
Ooh, knights now as well. This could be really dangerous for Salami. Now these knights might be able to really, really easily deal with the siege forward. He's still getting a lot of really good shots on the archers though, with the mangonels.
I think that second mangonel only started getting shots off, but yeah, this is quite the choke point here between these trees and these military production buildings. Salami continues to pump out units, and it looks like Whitewater has kind of been worn down from a little bit of attrition here with those siege units laying down some damage. What's the health on that keep? It looks like maybe kept that basically full that whole time.
Yeah, that keep should pretty much
About
still be full,
health.
but look at the woodlines right now. Whitewater is about to cut through towards Salami.
In the middle.
Base.
Oh, you're right. And Salami doesn't have any military production in his main base. So
if Whitewater notices and cuts through, this could be really, really dangerous for Salami. I mean, he still has the Kremlin. He's still able to pump out probably like 15 groups of militia right now. But this is still a really, really dangerous position right now for Salami. Whitewater having a firm eco lead here with 40 eco pop advance. But, I mean, there's still the immense passive gold income right now that Salami has.
yeah, and I'm sitting here wondering, like, are we going to have some kind of, like, crazy base race that could happen once you chop through with the military production on one side? He could send it through middle. Something crazy could happen. But for now, they continue to fight on the north side. Rams moving in, but now Salami's choke point is really working as an advantage. As you see, those mangonels able to get some excellent shots as they kind of attack here forward. And so a lot of things dying on both sides. We'll kind of see what happens when the dust settles here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the mangonels didn't fire on the archers here. Only just now Salami notices, and he puts it on the archers. Whitewater spreading out his archers now. Mangonel gonna go down. Still got a lot of hits there. But that keep might not go up if Whitewater just now focuses on those last.
Yeah.
There's only like 4 villagers.
That Ram's working on it too. It's a lot of trebuchets there with not a lot to protect them. Oh boy.
Yeah, there's like barely any military out on the field right now for Salami. He's trying to mass up mangonels again, but the sprinkled advantage right now is on Whitewater's side, and behind this, he is the one going to Imperial Age first.
Yep. He has all the trebs, but it's looking like Whitewater has stopped that keep. He also has the Rams. He's going to start working down that military production. And as you mentioned, in the middle, it looks like the chop through is almost complete.
Yeah, it's just not going to be a whole lot longer. And just looking at the military production right now there for Salami, his entire production now is going to be forfeit. None of these units are going to be escaping alive here once they're getting created. And now it's going to be a forward keep from Whitewater on the production from Salami.
Nice mangonel micro there, still able to take out some archers and crossbows. It's like only siege for Salami right now.
Yeah, the siege for Salami is doing a lot for him right now. Question is, how long is he going to be able to keep that up? Because now the spearmen are on top of the mangonels, so they're going to go down sooner or later here.
Down goes the mangonels, and it does look like Whitewater is just barreling forward. And on top of that, he's aged up. Nothing worse than being in a position where you've lost your army, your opponent's now gone up to the next age, and the chop through is almost complete. Salami really needs some help just about right now.
Yeah, now this is going to be really tough. Whitewater is now switching into hand cannoneers and cavalry. I'm not sure if Salami is going to be able to hold this. This looks like Whitewater is going to be in firm control of the game here right now. Look at the wood lines. There's also a couple of hunting cabins positioned around the wood line when we go towards like the top part of the wood line. If Whitewater gets in and he takes down those hunting cabins, the entire gold income advantage for Salami is going to be gone.
Yeah. He's lost his military production there on that north side. So Salami, it looks like he's actually called out his Kremlin gremlins running forward. But where's the army? They're gone.
Yeah, these are also only Castle Age gremlins. So, I mean, maybe he's going to be able to take down the Rams. There's a lot of Rams. Whitewater's actually getting the Ram upgrade right now as well. So better for Salami to take out these Rams now while he can, before it's going to be too late. Once the Ram upgrade's coming in, these Rams are going to be faster, they're going to be attacking faster. It's going to be really annoying to get rid of them.
Yeah. So good use to be able to stop a few of those Rams, and they can see. Oh boy. So this will get interesting here if they start heading towards the middle. We do have on the north side, we have some hand cannoneers now in the mix.
Yeah, the hand cannoneers are going to be really, really good here. He's not overcommitting to the hand cannoneers, which is nice, so he's getting roughly enough to deal with like singular units really fast. Important to know is that with units like the crossbows, with the hand cannoneers, if you don't micro them, they have a whole lot of overkill when they all attack a single unit. But right now, this is looking really, really dangerous for Salami, and now there's a keep in the middle. Okay, this might actually help Salami a lot here. Yeah, it's Salami's keep, so he's going to be able to deny Whitewater a whole lot of wood income here.
Well, he just needs to move all those villagers, essentially, but it might take him a second to notice.
Yeah, surely he will do it soon. Maybe. Not one.
Maybe he wants the pop space for more army.
True. He's been at like 140 villagers for quite a while now, but it looks like he's still gonna be pushing on that one side. Come on, surely soon he will notice. Surely.
Oh, I don't know. This could be a turning point for Salami if all those villagers keep dying. Oh my god.
I mean, behind all of this, Whitewater is still making villagers. I see every time it goes down, it tends to go up again. But so far, 37 villagers have gone down here for Whitewater. And it's only going to be more and more if he's not realizing sometime soon here.
The villager count is getting closer and closer by the minute.
At the same time, look at Salami's pop space. These houses that Whitewater is destroying right now, he's not at max pop right now.
Yeah. The Rams continue moving up, though. Salami's got, what, 10 military count, and I think that's all siege units. But Salami did just reach the Imperial age.
Come on, Whitewater. Surely someday he will notice how many villagers have gone down. 50 villagers have been killed by Salami in this game, and what is going on here?
Yep, and we've got the Rams continuing to push in.
Springle's trying to do their best here.
Whitewater's reached the high trade house.
I think he noticed. I think he just noticed with the wood. I think the villagers are gonna be safe now.
He has guys own keep now. Look at the villager kills down the bottom left. 53.
Yeah, it's rough. But I mean, Salami, he has no production buildings right now, or at least he doesn't have like a great production right now. So
the Rams have just been unrelentless.
He just can't mass his units. Yeah, he just can't mass his units. And sure, there isn't like a big military mass here from Whitewater, but it's way bigger than Salami's. And now Golden Age 3 also completes.
Yep. So no military on the field for Salami. He's trying to hold off, and he's got his own Rams. Is he perhaps going to try to go take out the House of Wisdom with these Rams or something crazy? A last-minute Ram push?
The issue, though, is that with these wood lines in the middle, Rams have a really, really big hitbox. So it can be really tough for them to move through the middle. Yeah, I think he just clicked past it, and instead they're gonna go around. It can be really, really frustrating with Siege in general.
Salami has so much food and gold too. It does almost feel like he's just like saving up for like this crazy push here at the end or something.
I don't think he is. I think he's just really struggling to create production buildings right now, because look at his wood income right now. He doesn't have any wood, and he really needs it. He just spent it on so many Rams. But what he really needs is production buildings. He needs Streltsy, he needs Horsemen, and he does, in theory, have like the food and gold for it. What he doesn't have is the production buildings, and I'm not seeing him make a lot of these anytime soon.
Like, have you guys all subscribed to Salami and Whitewater's only Rams? Because they're taking it very serious right now. As we saw, like, I think 20 Rams on screen at the same time.
Oh, villagers getting pulled now to deal with some of these Rams, but look at that. These Rams, it takes so many villagers in order to take them out in a like decent timing. And that's a lot of idle time. That's like 40 villagers just idle for Salami right now, trying to deal with these rams,
Hey,
but
it's
there's
the
just
counter
more
to
and more rams coming.
The elite ram counter is the villager.
Yeah, but there's units on the farming economy from Salami right now, and surely, at this point, he must know that this game, it's very unlikely that Salami is going to be winning this first game against Whitewater here.
Believe in the ram, all in.
I think there's not a whole lot of believing to be done here. We looked at the villager kills earlier that Salami has done on Whitewater's side, but look at it now.
Yeah, whoa.
Whitewater has killed 73 villagers from Salami. The destruction value is far, far ahead on Whitewater's side and is on Salami's side. And I mean, this is rough. Salami's sitting on less than 100 population right now, while Whitewater is like glued to 190.
Both players are losers in the form of the safety of their civilians. At what cost will they win this game? We see Whitewater continuing to try to push in with Rams, but Salami does keep killing them. So I don't think any landmarks have even gone down yet, have they? Oh, God.
There's not been any landmarks that have gone down, but finally we see Salami actually producing units. We're seeing some spearmen, we're seeing some Streltsy out on the field.
He's cutting
Maybe
off the
now
head. He's taking out the siege up to the north, so the Rams can get through now.
Finally he chopped through it. Now the Rams, yeah, as you said, they're going to be able to power through now. But I feel like the damage has been done. Salami's sitting on 60 economy units.
I don't know.
50.
Spam this ram if you're a Salami fan. Help him get back in this game. Uh-oh, here comes more.
Oh, now he's going to go for the high trade house. That is going to hurt. That's going to be 300. Actually, how much gold is the high trade house bringing in right now? I think it's bringing in a lot more since he reached the next bounty. I think it's like 370-ish. 417 gold per minute that's going to be gone in a little bit. That's like 10 villager kills. As soon as that's going to be gone.
This is crazy. I think one thing is for certain. The age of the trebuchet is over. It is rams for days here. And Whitewater is taking everything out there. What's the ram count? Does that say 12 rams? Is that what he has? Are those two?
Yeah, there are 12 rams, and there's only 2 landmarks left. And the rams are right next to those landmarks. And Salami is still trying to push forward instead of defending his own base.
Yeah, he doesn't need those landmarks.
Yeah, they're optional. Now he's pulling his villagers and some of the militia, but the Kremlin's already at less than half HP. It's gonna go down.
Is that the last one?
Whitewater is gonna win this game with landmark victory.
And there you have it. Game number 1 of the Elite Classic Sunday qualifier. I'm sure there's some potential for some RAM clickbait title for this upload, but that was certainly an early offensive from Salami after his kind of castle age boom, and then Whitewater was able to hold there on the north side and push him back and get himself a 1-0 lead in this series.
Yeah, this is looking good for Whitewater now. He's on match point. If he wins another one, he's going to be winning this best of 3. And I'm just saying, we talked about at the beginning that Whitewater, that a lot of you guys probably might not know him, but he's a really, really good Chinese player. Like, he's one of the top Chinese players that are playing team games that are on the ladder. He's just not competed too much in tournaments yet, so far. But even on the ladder right now, he's sitting in like 1900 in like the top 50. So he's definitely none to be trifled with.
On in game number 2 versus Whitewater, we are at a new map, Regions. This is the Elite Classic Sunday qualifier event. Let's get into this. Salami's HRE in the color green up against Whitewater, who'll be the red down on the south side of the map.
Yeah, Malians against HRE. This is going to be a really, really interesting matchup. And now we also have a little bit more of a clue of how this map actually looks. So we see those 3 large gold mines in the middle. Those are going to be pretty important in this game, I've got a feeling like.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. And also, it's interesting how the berries on the east side, that's like maybe an Abbasid's dream if you hold the east side of the map. But Salami coming out here going for the deer right away. So no sheep for him. He's going to be going out for these deer, dropping down a mill. Going to be a little bit of a faster food gather rate for him.
Yeah, This is a very popular strategy at the moment. I've seen it time and time again, where previously it used to be that, yeah, sure, even on maps where you have like these deer really, really close to your start or relatively close to your start, it feels like nowadays, even if they're not as close to your starting TC, players more and more tend to go for them earlier on.
Yeah, this is something. What's very interesting, when AoE4 first came out, I saw a lot of players like experimenting with starting the Dark Age, going straight for the deer right away. I remember like playing it Soldier early on in the pre-beta release, and he was doing this, but it really hasn't been extremely popular. But recently, we've seen players once again going for the deer, and often even the upgrade in the Dark Age.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with just how cheap that upgrade has become and how fast it's going to be coming in. Yeah, I think it only takes like 30 seconds now, and it's like roughly 100 resources, so it pays off really, really quickly, and especially with HRE, you stack that on top of the 40% increased efficiency that their villagers get from the prelate. It means that their food income is going to be absolutely broken, and it means that the H-up timing for them is going to be really, really quickly. Also means that they can save up their sheep for a later stage of the game, when they might need a little bit more, when they might need like their really safe food access.
Yep, so Salami gonna get his deer early on, not to mention, you know, likely some Malian warrior scouts or something coming in to harass you in the feudal stages, so getting that deer early on could be nice. But what do we have here from Salami?
It's gonna be a minework palace. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so Salami is not going to play this the normal way. Instead, we've got the minework palace, and
you said he was gonna play it safe. I was like, Salami's not gonna play safe. He likes to go bold.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just looks for a reason as to why he lost. Oh man, I went minework. I tried something. Okay, maybe that's his reasoning for it. But this is gonna be interesting. I've seen minework a lot recently. Well, not a lot, but I've seen it being used more and more in comparison to how it was previously. For example, I've seen B win a really, really good game where he went for minework palace against Louis MT. So I think minework definitely has its strategies, but they're going to be completely different from HRE's usual strategies, where it's like macro focus. Instead, this is going to mean that Salami is going to have to go for aggression. Maybe it's a reactionary play. Maybe he's thinking, okay, I'm going to be playing against Malians. I'm going to need some extra power in order to deal with their really, really strong warrior scouts. I'm not sure. We're going to be seeing it in just a little bit what exactly he's playing. I mean, the minework, it does have some really, really unique upgrades where your spearmen and your horseman line get +2 melee armor, and later on in Castle Age, your knights get +2 melee and pierce armor. If it gets to that stage in the game where we can see like these really, really strong upgrades coming in from the minework palace, could be looking good for Salami.
Yep, Whitewater, of course, has the Manzikori, going to be some passive gold generation for that landmark, and we'll see what military production both players go for right now. Nothing from Salami quite yet. And Whitewater, we'll see what he goes for. I kind of think maybe a stable for some raiding or something like that.
Yeah, I think Salami can probably go for a stable here. Now, usually you wouldn't want to go for horsemen against warrior scouts, because the warrior scouts, they can always regenerate. But with the horseman, just having that bonus to armor potentially might mean that it might be less of a problem. But no, it looks like Salami went for the barracks first here.
Yep, look at the barracks. We got some spearmen, so he's anticipating warrior scouts are probably coming over to say hello. So he's going to be prepared for that and have some spearmen ready to greet them. And more houses being dropped down for Whitewater, going to expand that gold income that he's getting passively there from his pit mine. And we see the prelate under attack already, but the spearmen there ready to defend, going to push them back.
Yep. Really important that he doesn't lose that prelate, as right now, I mean, he is making more prelates, which is something that you definitely need to do if you don't go for the Archon Chapel. You need roughly 1 prelate for every 8 villagers in order to optimize the inspiration with them. And I mean, if you macro behind correctly, if you always look out for your prelates, if you always keep them at the right spots, and just keep maxing like 1 prelate per 8 villagers, then it actually gets worth it. It becomes worth it making prelates instead of villagers, even from your main town center. because in theory it's like 2 villagers, more than 2 villagers in terms of efficiency with the inspiration that you get from the prelate instead of going for an additional villager. Right now, defense here looking very good for Salami. Now, Whitewater, he's making archers, but Salami has already prepped his horsemen behind this.
Yep, we saw one warrior scout did good down there on the north side, and now Salami does have some horsemen as well. So able to hold, getting that food from those deer. I'm kind of thinking about where will Salami go after that deer patch runs out. Maybe the berries to the north, because the rest of those small deer patches are quite far away from the base. So he's going to just be chewing through that right now. We see Salami get an upgrade right now. That's from the Mindwork Palace.
Yeah, that's going to be the +2 armor, melee armor on the spearmen and the horsemen. So that's going to mean that these warrior scouts, I think they have like 7 base damage. It's only going to be 5 damage that's going to be coming through from these now. So it's a pretty big damage reduction.
And we see the spearmen facing off. A lot of micro from both players as Whitewater's trying to pick off the spearmen. But Salami is going to be sticking this fight. We got the horsemen in the middle, taking some shots at those archers. Spearmen chasing. That extra armor definitely helping them out right now. And pushing Whitewater back. He needs to be careful not to overcommit. There's those warrior scouts continuing to fight. All the archers are down, so now spearmen versus warrior scouts.
Yeah, and the spearmen, they barely take any damage from these warrior scouts. The +2 armor really helps a lot here. And Salami is not just resting on that. He's getting an extra melee armor upgrade here. That means that these horsemen, they're going to be doing barely any damage at all to these units. And yeah, it's going to be really rough here for Whitewater in order to find any damage. But the thing is, he's playing as the Malians. He can't really back out of making military. He always needs to have like the military lead, so to say, or at least he always needs to be contesting military. If he goes up and doesn't have control of gold, even if he has the Farimba garrison as a landmark, he won't be able to pump out any units.
Yeah, and you look at the destruction value, Salami's actually got about double for right now. So those are some favorable trades. Going for a horseman raid himself, going to push Whitewater off of that food, although Whitewater has plenty in the bank for right now. It looked like the Whitewater maybe was macroing for perhaps an age up. He's got that 680 gold, but yeah, that's probably just his passive gold income.
Yeah, I think so too. Usually with Malians, what you can really do is just make use of that passive gold income, play it safe, and just get all of the eco upgrades and military upgrades with that passive gold income. It does help you a lot. It scales your economy even better. And I mean, right now, Salami's just massing out of 1 production building each, and it's working out really well for him. The macro, I'm not so sure about, because he's got like 1,000 wood right now in the bank. He's getting siege engineering, so maybe he's looking to go for rams.
Yeah,
that's a lot of villagers on food right now for Whitewater.
Yeah, Salami, it feels like he's trying to really do some significant damage here in the feudal age, going for those. Oh, did he just cancel the rams and switch over to? I think he did. Did that finish? Siege engineering completed.
Sure.
No, it completed.
Finished.
It completed.
Yeah, it did complete.
He switched at first. He was getting the marching drills, but here we go. We've got those villagers gathering right in the middle of the map, and Salami going to have to pull back now. Looks like Whitewater's able to get himself a little bit of map control, but there we go. Salami's army waiting in the wings for him. Gets a hit on those warrior scouts that continue to move back, and just a little bit of this back and forth battle there, but this archer's going to get caught out by the horsemen.
Yeah, those archers likely to go down. Might be able to pick off another one of these spearmen here right now. But what I'm really missing from Whitewater right now is just some barracks here and just a couple of donzos. If he just had like 3-4 donzos, this wouldn't be nearly as much of an issue for him right now as it is. And right now, that's so much idle time for his villagers. He could just be making a couple of cows. Now he's making some cows. Okay, so now he's just sending those villagers back. He does have the gold for it, so he can just scale his economy with these cows, with these cattle. He doesn't need to go out to these deer. That's like one of the really, really strong aspects from Malians. And now Salami's also prepping some rams.
Yep, and we see, is that a tower? Yeah, or a toll outpost, yeah. Tower, outpost, whatever. And yep, Salami's getting those rams ready as Whitewater's looking to raid something, but all those villagers moved. He's actually gone all the way down to the southwest. Rather exposed. Did he build towers down there? No, he's just got some spearmen to protect, I guess. That could be good or bad.
He's just focus gathering some of the deer down there. Now we see the age up here coming in from Whitewater without any access to gold if these rams go up, and Salami might be pressuring those pit mines. And Salami now also switching into men-at-arms. Now, Men-at-Arms with so many lightly armored units backing them up could be really, really deadly here for the for Malians. I'm not sure if Whitewater has an answer to what Salami is making here right now.
First ramp has entered the battlefield, taking out a house. Going to be taking away those. I'm actually just taking a peek at them. Yeah, he's got enough population saved up for now. That can hunt. Oh, the Horseman getting a nice raid here right now. Salami going to push those villagers off of gold. When he probably needs it the most, he wants to start making use of that Farimba.
Yeah, Whitewater, he's just now queued some Donzos out of the Farimba. But yeah, this is where I'm just scratching my head a little bit. Like, why? Why did he go up to Castle Age there instead of just making a couple of Donzos and be fine in the Feudal Age? Now even villagers trying to fight against these spearmen, and that's not a good idea. These spearmen take 0 damage, or pretty much just 0 damage, just a single damage from these attacks from the villagers. They are not able to compete here at all.
Yep, Salami continues to push the offensive. I don't know, it really has looked like this game, like Salami really had this thought out in advance. I mean, he went up with that Minework Palace, and it just seems like he hasn't missed anything so far.
I'm not sure if this is particularly well played by Salami or just particularly badly played.
Here we go. We're back in it, baby. Salami pushing in with the Rams. That was like a commercial break. That's what it was.
Exactly. I mean, right now, Whitewater, he's got a lot of idle time. Overall, he didn't lose too many villagers. I mean, he lost 9, but economy-wise, still okay. If he can hold out and secure his gold access, maybe he could come back from this, but there's still horsemen on his gold mine, so with units in front of his base right now, it's really, really tough for Whitewater to really secure any gold income right now. We see he's got a lot of villagers on wood. He doesn't have anything right now that he would want to make with wood, except maybe some more houses once these first ones go down. But this looks really, really rough right now for Whitewater.
And I think our audio now has superior syncage now, because it sounded like those Rams are hitting at the precise time I'm hearing them. So it's good news. Whitewater pulling the villagers, trying to take out that Ram and save his pit mine. Looks like he's going to be able to. But look at that villager account. 33 for Whitewater, 37 for Salami. And Salami is edging up.
Yeah, that's with 4 prelates, though, that he's been making out of his TC. So it's more like 33 compared to 45-ish.
Sure. Okay, so it does look like Whitewater has kind of held on for now, but yeah, Salami using 15 villagers to age up in that Regic's Cathedral, and going to be matching that Castle Age.
Yeah, now he's just going to be sending his prelates to all the relics, get the relics, and every single relics is worth more than a single pit mine with full houses around it. So from here on out, it looks like Salami is going to be in firm control of this game. Whitewater is making more... He's making more Donzos right now. And I see one unit that Salami's got in the queue right now, multiple of in the queue, that's able to deal really, really well with these Donzos.
Yep, we've got Whitewater moving out a little bit, but yeah, Salami's like, okay, let me cook. He's going to start grabbing those relics. He's getting all this gold and stone. What do you think? Is that going to be a keep drop happening mid-map somewhere or in the base? Or what do you think is going to happen here with this stone?
Yeah, it's going to have to be a keep drop. I don't think Salami needs any more town centers here, and I think he knows that he doesn't need any more TC. So my guess is he's just going to be going for a keep drop in the middle, deny the Malians access to those gold mines in the middle. And once he's denying the access to the gold in the middle, this means that Whitewater is going to be on a timer, because at most he has like 8,000 gold from his gold mines. You can divide that by like 400, and it means that Whitewater can at most make like 20 times 5 units out of his Farimba garrison. And after that, he's going to be dry when it comes to gold. At least when it comes to pure gold. He still has passive gold, but that's not going to be enough to constantly produce from the Farimba.
It does look like Salami is upgrading his towers there, as we see that stone upgrade coming in right now. Musafati run, on the run right now. Of course, you do not want to take those head on for the Malians.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really tough for him to run away from as well, because I think they have similar movement speed with the marching drills. And yeah, every now and then they're getting some hits in with their charge attack. And these Mustafadi warriors are already quite weak right now, and there's 10 Landsknechte right now on the field for Salami. Archer's also being massed right now, though, by Whitewater, so maybe he's gonna be fine.
Okay, here we go. Archers meet them. He's gonna be able to pick a few off, but not before taking a lot of area damage there. Donzo could have maybe speared him.
These Landsknechte, I like to call them melee mangonels. They're really dangerous.
Yeah, that's
really
like
cannot underestimate
the
them.
worst nightmare for the Malians there. But it's Springald Tower takes down the Warrior Scout as he's able to secure that relic.
Yeah, Salami's just gonna pick up all the relics now, and I mean, he could be a little bit more proactive with the relics, considering that he has 8 prelates out on the field. I'm surprised that there are still 2 relics that haven't been grabbed yet. But he's playing it a little bit safer. He's just trying to get these outposts up, get the emplacements up, put relics inside the outposts, and with that, it's gonna be really, really tough for Whitewater to find any space to actually attack from. Now we also just saw Steel Barding being completed. That's the upgrade that gives you +2 melee and pierce armor on your knights, and now Salami's making knights. And these knights are some of the best in the game now. They have so much armor, it's near impossible to take them down with anything that's not a spearman.
An impressive hold by Whitewater. It really did seem there right before our little crash there that that Salami was really going to push that, and Whitewater was able to hold on and keep rather close. But now it feels like Salami's gone the castle age. He's playing a little more safe now, grabbing those relics, getting his tower set up, and just taking his time.
Yeah. Thing is, though, you can still never underestimate the Malians.
Yeah.
Whitewater has access to gold. As long as he has access to gold, that means that there's going to be more production coming out from the Fernberg garrison. And yeah, as our observer Vodka just pointed out, Salami's food income right now is lacking.
Okay, that gold is run out, so he can go to the west maybe and go back to the gold he was on before. Ooh, that's going to take a while to burn down because that does have the stone upgrade.
And a relic inside means it's going to be extra tanky here. Yeah, this really takes a while, and Salami is moving towards that with his units. And he's got 15 Landsknechte right now.
Oh my.
I don't feel too well about this for Whitewater.
About to be a big surprise.
Now he sees it.
He won't even get the tower.
No. He's not realizing it. A move.
Oh boy.
Ooh, they're gone in an instant. All the units here are gone in an instant.
And the tower continues to shoot. The knights get on the archers. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the archers are grouped. More horsemen, more knights coming out. And these knights, like the archers, deal just a single damage with every single shot to these knights. Normally, archers with all upgrades in the Castle Age should deal 9 damage, and knights at most can have like 6 armor, so there should be like 3 damage coming through. With the Steel Barding, only a single damage comes through.
Okay, so Salami able to take a pretty good fight there versus Whitewater. Whitewater continues to micro, though. More archers coming in, though. He needs something to deal with this cav. The horsemen going to be a great stall for those Mustafadi warriors, as you see. Horsemen taking like no damage there.
The Mustafadi are also focusing the horsemen, as you just said, instead of the knights. They deal so much bonus damage to the knights, but if they're focusing the horsemen, all of that bonus damage is lost on them.
Yep, we see Salami continuing to charge forward. Whitewater's forces seem to be unable to stop this cav push. There's some more Mustafadi warriors. But honestly, at this point, he could probably just like keep popping horsemen and knights or something.
Yeah, this is rough now. Once again, Mustafadis were mostly focusing a single horseman there and a spearman. And where's Whitewater getting gold from right now? He only has that single gold mine right now that's safe-ish towards the left side of his base. But right now his base is like completely exposed. There's also no pit mine on that gold, even though he does have the wood for it. And now there's going to be a forward keep. Landsknechte also in the economy, hitting the stone miners there.
Now at the same time, Donzo finally did meet those knights, and he was able to actually pick off quite a few there, as you could see, as he's now producing some Donzo.
Yeah, it's just not enough right now. 15 military compared to 6, but the value of this military from Salami is just so high. These knights, they can stay under these town centers forever. They take 0 damage from these town centers, and there goes Whitewater, calls the GG. Salami equalized the game, and we're going to a game number 3.
There we have it, tied up this Elite Classic qualifier event, and now it's going to be kind of maybe what we expected. Salami's got a few pocket civs here ready to go. Is he going to pull out? So it's going to go with China. That's what's going to be. Chinese on Hill and Dale, a map that they are quite good, but English as well. They're both quite good on this map. Nice turtley stay on my hill type of map here. So that should be a nice photo finish here for this series.
Yeah, I think it was also really, really close for Salami to decide which civ he wants to pick here. He has the choice between either Delhi, also really, really good on Hill or Dale. You got like these 3 sacred sites towards the middle of the map. And it really plays into what Delhi likes to do. It means that usually on Hill and Dale, other civilizations, they want to just boom, they want to scale the economy. Delhi, they want to go for those middle sacred sites. They want to go for that map control. And so that usually means that Delhi on a map like Hill and Dale kind of lures the opponent's civ out of their comfort zone. And instead, he goes for the Chinese here, though. Chinese against English. So this is a relatively even matchup, I would say, depending on how it's being played here. I feel like English, they have a really, really solid chance against Chinese in the early Castle Age and in the Feudal Age. I think English is probably one of the best civilizations to deal with strategies like the Huguenot Rush and similar. Also, due to the recent changes, English, their Imperial Age is not as good as it used to be, but their Castle Age is a lot better now. So their Council Hall is now able to produce all archery range kind of units instead of just longbowmen. And longbows also deal relatively well with palace guards, because palace guards actually have 1 less pierce in melee armor, and longbowmen have +1 ranged damage. So it works really, really well for the Chinese here. And it looks like we're going straight into the game, so not a lot of waiting here for us to be done. And we're starting straight away with Salami in the green with the Chinese and Whitewater in the red as the English.
Yep, this is going to be match point for the Elite Classic Qualifier event. One of these players will move along on this bracket. They're not qualified yet. They still got more opponents to face. But it's certainly been a hot series for the start of the day here. Of course, Salami being the largely favored player according to the seeding for this event. So to get this close is pretty big for Whitewater. We do see those deer already being pushed in, kind of similar to last game. Players taking advantage of those deer right away. Of course, on this map, you do have that in-base deer. So there we go. Whitewater's got that secured already. And we see Salami doing the similar thing on the other side. Yeah.
Goes for the deer. I have not seen... Okay, Salami, he hasn't gone for the survival techniques upgrade yet. Something that I personally like to do with Chinese is you can just force drop with your villagers on sheep a couple of times next to your mill, and then use that bonus tax that you get out of that in order to afford the survival techniques really, really early. Doesn't look like he's gone for that, so he's not going to be gathering as fast as he potentially could have. It's also usually really worth it, because out of that you also get a lot of tax from the upgrade, so it's not like you lose out on a whole lot of gold early on. It barely delays you at all with the bonus tax gold that you get from actually researching the upgrade. But yeah, so far it's really similar here with the opening. I'm a little bit confused with Whitewater not being on gold, and now we see why. He gathered enough for an outpost, and he's sending 5 villagers forward.
Oh my. Okay, so the classic English villager rush. This should get interesting here. And if you haven't already, I see that our wonderful tournament admin, Lord Petito, has hosted a prediction at the top of your Twitch chat. So you might get to cheat a little bit here, because we see what's about to happen. Get those predictions in, because we've got a villager rush heading up the hill, and Salami's about to have to deal with that.
Yeah, Salami shouldn't be off too badly here, though, because he does, after all, have enough gold right now, with the tax especially, in order to go up to the next age.
Saves it. Well,
I think he needs to make an outpost right now. He needs to make an outpost right now on that gold, and that would deny the Barbican of the Sun from going up or at least in the nearby surroundings.
You know, out of all the civs to do this against, China can still gather gold slowly, right? It's not going to be like a complete denial of that HF, which you see he does have enough. So maybe
he's going for it.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about this Whitewater. I don't know. So Salami building his Barbican.
This is going up so fast.
Yeah, I mean, those villagers are going to have to walk back, so I think this is going to put him at quite a disadvantage at this point.
He's only noticed just now. He's going to try and go for that one villager, and now he's heading out. All right, I mean, he's got it. He's going to be fine with this, like a single villager. I mean, That's fine for him. I'm not sure if Salami had some idle time as well, because right now he's sitting on only 13 villagers, now 14. I mean, Imperial officials should count as economy units, right? So they should be counted up there. I should know this, but I don't.
I mean, but there's a lot of walking time, too, for the villagers. It looks like he's going to stop for the gold in the middle of the map, is actually what we're seeing right now. So he didn't go all the way home with those villagers. So he's going to stay rather forward. And, yeah, an interesting start to the game. The predictions are still open. It was very Salami favored at start, and then Whitewater got a bunch of points there. 130k versus 101k for Whitewater right now. So Twitch chat is undecided.
I mean, right now, this has actually been a really, really good delay from Whitewater. It really achieved a lot, because right now, Salami, he's not even building the Imperial Academy right now. He's very far away from Song Dynasty. So he's pretty delayed here. Okay, looks like he's going to go for the outpost before finishing the...
He downloaded...
Better save than sorry.
You know, he downloaded Ozzy Drongo's like very first AoE4 build order video, the forward longbow council hall. So he's got this ready. He knows what he's doing here. So
yeah, this is actually good. He's actually playing this correctly. In theory, he's going to try and deal a lot of damage to the Chinese player in the Feudal Age. This is how you play against China with English. You got the advantage in the Feudal Age. China is trying to scale the economy. They're going to be spending an extra 600 resources early on for their Song Dynasty. So if you think of it this way, you're not spending that 600 extra resource. You're investing it into military. And the Longbowman is a really, really good unit to do it with. Because the Barbican has been pushed back like this, it means that it's not going to be close enough to protect the gold villagers, but it looks like Salami.
Uh-oh. He hasn't scouted this yet.
This is going to be looking rough.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything here. He could even shoot at those villagers if he really wanted. But here comes a horseman. He's going to try.
And he's supervising it. He's supervising the horseman production as well.
Oh, that villager stays alive, but the scout's going to chase it down. I think it's going to... Oh, it gets away.
I feel like he needs to commit right now to building it before the outpost goes up. Once the outpost goes up, and Salami's also doing the smart thing. He's burning down the council at the same time, which means that even if he then can't use it, that means that it's going to be really, really tough for him to rebuild again, because he's going to be lacking the resources. Okay, maybe Salami's overcommitting here. He's going to lose another villager. Oh my god, how does it live? Okay, maybe it doesn't. It lives!
Oh my gosh. That's the second one that survived. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't stick that. I thought he was just going to finish it while that was going on, but I guess the horseman threat was just too much. So this is...
He cancels it, and now he doesn't have enough gold to build it again. Oh no, this is a disaster. And now he needs to go back to the outpost. He needs to go back to the outpost.
What a match point for such a close series. We have this wild game right now. Villagers being chased by the horsemen. Salami's probably like, thank you very much.
What is going on here right now? I mean, behind this, Salami is still in Tang Dynasty. He's not up to Song Dynasty yet. It looks like he's gonna go to make a second TC before he's gonna go for Song Dynasty, I feel like. Because he already has like so much wood right now in the bank. Also, he's got a ton of idle villagers there. I'm not sure for how long they've been idle. Okay, now he's building a council hall back in the base. Whitewater is so... And he's making men-at-arms.
You know?
I don't know. He has the resources, but I don't know how good of an idea that is.
Sometimes the cheese works out, and sometimes it doesn't. The English villager rush, tale as old as time, but I thought he was going to get that council hall down. I was kind of shocked that Salami just precisely got out there, and now Whitewater is going to have to really, really play on point if he's got hopes to kind of get back in this game that he's taken so long to get into the feudal age.
To be fair, I feel like besides how messy this has been so far, Whitewater is still not in a bad position here, after all.
It's to be honest, it's English. They're never in a bad position.
Oh, there's hand cannon placement on the outpost. It killed one villager. Is it going to kill another? It weakens the other.
Oh!
Is he going to be in time?
Uh,
Yes, okay.
inside.
Doesn't lose the villager there. It's gonna be tough though. With the hand cannon placement, it means it's gonna be really tough for these men-at-arms in order to deal with the outpost there.
He's gonna escape the villagers. Looks like he's still gonna stay in the middle of the map though.
Yeah, and Salami's like, I'm coming back for these. He's roaming around again.
That could be pretty deadly.
Okay, now Salami knows that there's a mining camp there.
Oh gosh, why?
Oh, might not get another villager though. Okay, Whitewater is fine. He hasn't finished a mining camp though, but he sent his villagers to work on that stone mine. Let's hope they're not going to go back all the way in order to drop off the stone. That would be horrendous for him. But yeah, second TC is being built now by Salami. He's still not in Song Dynasty, but he's working on it. The Imperial Academy is going to be going up soon, TM.
Okay, so Salami building some walls there. Those villagers still in the middle of the map getting the stone. I imagine Salami will be back to pay a visit to them. Longbow's gonna be pushing up, but there's the Barbican.
He needs to get that outpost to burn. The defensive upgrade is going to be coming in soon. Okay, at least it's burned. Now he can just retreat from it. He doesn't need to lose more units there. He can just retreat, let it burn down. Looks like he's not doing that though. I mean, it still works. It's fine. It's a little bit of a loss there for him, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, he still has his units forward, right? He still has his villagers forward. He could send a single villager, as he's doing right now, and chop through that palisade wall.
Choppity choppity. Okay, so Whitewater has held, all things considered. We still got ourselves a ball game here. And it looks like he is just heading on up, gonna start working through these walls. We see the villager coming with the axe. Actually, I think they have the sledgehammer out right now, but hopefully about to get the axe out and chop down that tree. Let's get maybe the chop zoom. Can we get a little zoom in there in that action? Oh yeah, there we go. Wait, he targeted the tree behind there.
Yeah, that's actually the correct tree here.
Oh,
it's weird, but that's how it works.
Look at that. MVP for taking down
He can already
walls
go through.
is just go around them. Okay,
Life
so
hack.
Whitewater is in. Villager is in, carrying a bundle of sticks. And let's see what he's able to do here as he wraps around the backside. Not really anything he can really hit from here, though. That outpost, which is going to be... Oh, man, it's getting upgraded right now.
Yeah, this is rough. Maybe Whitewater, he does have a blacksmith up. Maybe he could go for a single ram.
That's
single ram and... Yeah, there it is. Siege engineering immediately. Perfect.
He's just taking so much damage as he comes in. Looks like he's going to wrap around and see if there's anything to poke at with his longbows.
Salami is not going to be able to get any of these sheep. And Whitewater's doing the smart thing as well. He's killing the sheep under the mill, so he always knows where Salami is going to be getting that food from. Salami right now, where's he even getting his food from right now? He's on 7.
He's not going to be.
Oh, he killed that one as well. Where's Salami's food from? He's just getting from berries? That's not...
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's rough.
That mill is not complete. He's going to finish that for now. Okay, well, this has definitely not been a standard game so far, but I like it. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's really messy, but like in a really interesting way as well. And now Whitewater, he's going to be making that ram. And it looks like Salami, he's prepping a lot of archer ranges, so maybe going for Jugunu. Now, Jugunu, they have that, what's really, really good for them is it's really easy to mass them. It's so easy to mass them. They only cost 20 food each. So even if you're in Salami's shoes right now and you barely have any food access, they're still going to be really, really good there.
Here comes the ram.
And that ram should deal very quickly with that outpost if it's being tasked to do it. There we go.
Every one of those units is low HP because they've all walked past that tower.
Yeah, now it's time for vengeance there. Salami has a lot of villagers on gold, and actually he's using a market in order to get access to resources that he doesn't have right now. He actually bought food, I think.
The power of the taxes. The tax man always pays.
Yeah, it looks like Salami's just using the taxes right now in order to import resources from foreign lands, but I mean, production buildings are kind of exposed. Well, not really exposed, they're right next to the TC, but exposed enough for that ram to take care of them. Whitewater might be going for a second ram here at some point in time. Oh, some spearmen going down to the town center, slightly in range there. Okay, not anymore. New mass is building, but so far this is fine right now for Whitewater. He still has the aura on his longbows, and longbows deal really, really well with the Jugunu. Looks like instead Salami is trying to push forward though, maybe. He's trying to take out the ram with the Jugunu. Now this actually works relatively well. Whitewater could try to take down the Jugunu with his longbows instead of trying to take down the ram. Some skirmishing going on in the middle.
Yeah, he's taking out a little bit of that military production. We have that tower, of course, providing that bonus to all of his units, but hasn't really taken an engagement over there. It looks like there's Jugnu going to take down the longbows from the front that were coming in, and he's just trying to basically deal damage to his reinforcements. But oh, that ram's going to survive! Oh my gosh, like 10 HP.
That's a really good save there for that ram. Not just going to use it to take down that Imperial Academy. Now, something to note is that even if the Imperial Academy goes down, Salami is still going to be in the Song Dynasty.
Yeah.
So the dynasty doesn't disappear even if you lose like one of your landmarks. Now, what Whitewater can do is he can take down one of these villagers that Salami has. Salami would be pop-capped if one of those villagers goes down that he has. Oh, he kills an Imperial official.
Ooh.
Also really huge.
Yep. Of course, all the gold counts right now because he really doesn't have a whole lot. Well, he does get that forward one still. But
it's really important to kill these Imperial officials now because Salami can only make Imperial officials from his town center right now. Oh, it looks like Salami's going to be pushing here.
Oh, is he going to save it? It's so close. I think that's going down, but here comes the push. English army is cornered on the mountain. They're on the edge. Of course, there's two towers, though, helping in this defense. They're going to jump inside. Longbow is getting shredded right now. Jugnu do not care.
Whitewater has like 10 more longbows somewhere else, and he really needs them to be here right now. If he had 10 additional longbows there, he wouldn't have lost this fight. But he's still going to be trading okay-ish.
I think the
he
tower
still has
helped
one ram
quite a
out
bit.
here, and he took out the Imperial Academy. So overall, it's not looking the worst for him right now. The one thing that I wish that he would do right now is go for a second town center of his own, because it doesn't take him a lot more to go for it. He still does have a lot of stone axes currently, and he does have a lot of wood in the bank. He just needs something to keep scaling as well.
You know, as far as all the Hill and Dale games I've seen, this I like this. This is a lot of action because a lot of time there's a lot of booming going on.
Yeah, this is the opposite of booming. This has just been pure aggression this entire time, and now it looks like Whitewater also has done a good chunk of his own farm transition. So now, in theory, forward farms, but now in theory, he can spam Man-at-Arms. And Salami doesn't have a great answer to Man-at-Arms. Now, sure, he has the Jugunu, but Jugunu are all about numbers, and something that Salami doesn't have right now is the numbers. He has 12 Jugunu, and as long as there are more longbowmen than Jugunu, Whitewater's going to be fine. And finally, it looks like Salami is branching out to the boar and to the other external resources there that are out on the map. So his food... Oh, and the timing! A single Man-at-Arms!
He knows
it's going to
like
be...
that food is running out.
No.
So smart. Man-at-Arms up there. Looks like getting shot down. He did also save his ram. You can see the villager repairing it. He doesn't charge
it's getting
him
a little bit too close with that. Yeah, it looks like that villager is not going to be long
gone.
for this word. Oh,
A stable.
there are two more sheep there, actually.
Okay, so Salami has reached out to the boar for help, and the ram is now going for it. There you have it. Gonna try to pop cap him, and that would do it if he's able to take that out. And I think he's going to. It's on fire, but he'll just build that
Salami
back.
still has. Yeah, Salami has a lot of wood in the bank, so it's not gonna be a big deal for him right now. And now it looks like Whitewater is using his army, like he's just splitting them. And even though Salami, he's built a stable there on the other side, I think Whitewater is going to be just using his superior mass right now and just push that in. Another Imperial official. This is so bad right now for Salami. He doesn't have the Imperial Academy. It's going to be really annoying for him to remake these Imperial officials. He's going to be missing out on so much tax with that. And just overall bonus resources.
I'm not convinced that Whitewater is not a ChatGPT version of Salami, because this is like exactly what I would expect to be seeing from Salami's side of things. Just like crazy, aggressive, unique gameplay for the English here on this map. It's been quite something.
Yeah, there we go. He uses his mobility. Well, not really mobility, but just his ability to split up his army still relatively effectively. and completely pushes Salami off of those resources there. Now Salami is pushing forward with the Shuganu. Now these Shuganu, they can take out outposts with enough
if
of
they
them.
take down that stone outpost.
Oh, there are rams as well. Okay, now it's gonna feel less dreadful. But yeah, I mean, Whitewater, he does have the resource to just make a whole bunch of men-at-arms. And with the longbows as support, he should be fine. He's regrouping his military. Important is right now that he's not taking a fight straight away. He can't take a fight straight on yet. He's gonna need more men-at-arms first. And more longbows.
Okay, so Salami pushing all the way to the base of Whitewater. Now those forward farms are going to kind of hunt right now as Salami's army is in his base, pushing those villagers off to farms, I would imagine.
Yeah, we gotta take a look at Whitewater's base right now when Salami is pushing in with so many Shuganu right now.
The red base.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, yes, see all those dormant farms right now. That is going to be a big deal. When I saw that early on, I always think, this is a situation where it
Whitewater
really
has
stinks.
moved. Okay, he's moving. Oh, that was close. That was really, really close.
Okay.
Whitewater is still forward, though. He's not coming back. He's not pulling his military back.
Oh, man.
He's pushing the Barbican.
Oh, man. Just when we thought this game was starting to be settled, that is a lot of idle villagers. Although it looks like his villagers are back on those farms in the front.
Oh, Salami potentially burning down
The rams.
those rams.
Yeah, it looked like the army was maybe distracted by the mining camp. I know with the archers. Both rams
Now
are
the
down.
rams are gone.
Salami is holding this, I think, although I don't know.
Oh, now the reinforcements. The reinforcements are going to be able to take care of that.
Looking at the
I mean, still, overall, there are worker kills on both sides. A lot of workers have gone down on both sides. But right now, Whitewater is still, sitting with his units right under defensive buildings. Oh, he still has to move his units. Ooh, this is so close.
Salami's still
Okay, he's
ahead
going to fly now.
Still ahead on the villager count for now. It does look like, okay, Whitewater finally has defended his base. But Whitewater's offensive, he took down a market, but that was pretty much it. Maybe got some, I don't know if any villagers went down there with the repairs and all that was going on. But Salami's still sitting, 70 villagers, and the army count is probably the more concerning thing.
This is where English just straight up wins every single matchup against any civilization that doesn't have knights. We got early men-at-arms. What can you do against them?
Yeah.
Sure, you can make Shuganu, but Salami, he doesn't have gold axes. He barely has Shuganu. He's going for more TCs? Why is he on stone right now with 15 villagers? No, this is not what you do here. This is gonna haunt him in a little bit. Because now Whitewater is just gonna use his entire bulk of units and push Salami off of food, off of stone, and off of the wood that he's gathering back there.
Yeah, what's he doing with that stone? Is he dropping more towers, more TCs? I don't know. He's got a lot of wood.
Town centers, I assume.
Uh-oh. The food is run out. All the villagers are running.
And look at Salami's food. He's got 20 in the bank. He's massing Shuganus. He's trying to make some more horsemen, but these horsemen are going to get killed right away. And now he's trying to go for a ram in the back of Whitewater's base. Oh, this is not happening right now for Salami. This is rough. This is really, really rough right now for Salami. And Whitewater's going for a death push. He's making more rams. He's making 4 rams. He's saying, yeah, sure, you got 1 ram? Well, I got 4 in your base.
I think that Zuganu push across the field was kind of his last-ditch offensive, and then when that got stopped, it kind of seems like Whitewater has this game in his grasp. But it's certainly been back and forth. There have been really unsure who's going to win this throughout, but right now, Whitewater looking like he's in a very commanding position as he moves in. Salami has more villagers. Of course, they do counter rams, but the man-at-arms being the larger issue. 27 man-at-arms in an age where China does not have any counter to them. And there we go. The boys have been pulled. The villagers coming down to take out the ram. And the man-at-arms just chewing through them. But we look at the villager count. He's still ahead despite all of this.
Yeah, but behind all of this, the idle time.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot going down. And he just can't kill these men-at-arms right now. It's
Very
just
hard.
not possible for him to get rid of these men-at-arms. And Yeah, this feels like this game is probably not going to be going on for much longer right now. I mean, sure, Jugunu in part they can deal with the men-at-arms, but maybe Salami's able to just take down the ram and out-repair. It's really close, and there's still a ton of villagers going down, almost equalized right now.
Yep.
It feels like Salami is high on a dangerous amount of copium right now, but he's still trying. He's still trying. But Whitewater is just fiercely pushing in.
Yep, he's going to fight to the bitter end. The Barbican is on fire. The man-arms count has gone down significantly. He is still ahead on villagers, but... Okay, so we've got... the Rams have been stopped. The food income for Salami has been largely stopped. 6 food per minute right now.
Optimal for 2TC China.
He continues to fight, though. Palisade wall burning down to the north. That market might be more important than anything right now. Salami trying to gather resources again. It doesn't look like he's gathering much of anything. He's trying to get everyone on wood. But there we go. Another ram going to be taken out. Yet another building.
All of the villagers for Salami are not in the same spot right now. He's trying to... yeah, there it is. He calls it. Salami loses 2-1 to Whitewater. This is a relatively big upset here. Whitewater coming out of, well, not really nowhere. We've seen it on the ladder before, but we've not seen it in tournaments before. Or at least not like this. Taking down Salami in his first set.
And certainly looking at the seeding, it's nothing but an upset. Salami was the favored seed here and played very well. Honestly, this series was quite tight, and this last game was a wild one. An English villager rush, and then didn't get his council up mid. It was looking like Salami was in a commanding position, but Whitewater was able to hold on to it, and this was a close game all the way to the end. We'll be looking forward to following both these players in future tournaments, but for now, Whitewater will be advancing in this bracket here for the Elite Classic qualifier event, and we're going to have a short break before we get started with a brand new series, so don't go nowhere unless it is to grab some snacks and a drink. And before that, we'll send you for a word from our sponsors, how you can support the stream, and we will be right back.
See you in a bit.